Welcome to the Mindset, Magic, and Manifestation podcast hosted by me, Michaela J. Get ready to dive into an action-packed, bougie-based, and spiritually guided experience on all things manifesting your next level Lux life. Let's go. Hello, Icon. Happy Monday, and welcome back to the Mindset, Magic, and Manifestation podcast with your girl. It is I, the Michaela J, here to teach you how to manifest your next level Lux life, baby. Let's do it. We've got a quick little Manifestation Monday vibe for you. Do your values support your manifestations? Now, this is a question I was thinking about this morning while doing my makeup. I'm also rereading the book, Ask and It Is Given by Abraham Hicks. I highly recommend if you haven't read it. And if you have, read it again. I've probably read this book like 5 times. And since I'm on 75 hard right now, I'm just flying through books, reading 10 pages a day. So while my next one is in the mail via Amazon, I am rereading this one off my bookshelf. And it's just got me thinking so much about alignment, our focus, what we are doing, what we are energetically aligning with. So we're going to do a quickie little episode on this today. Before we dive in, I have to let you know, we are now enrolling for the It Factor program. This is my upcoming 4-month group coaching program for high-achieving entrepreneurs who are ready to master the art and strategy of becoming unforgettable online. I am so excited about this because your It Factor changes everything in your business, okay? Your It Factor is what ends up determining your income, okay? Your It Factor is what brings your FES clients into your world. It stops their scroll. They're like, who is this woman? I would pay any amount of money to have a conversation with her. I need to get her to do my lashes. I need her to do my tattoo. I need her to manage my social media. Insert here what you do in your business. This program is going to be heavily focused on mastering your social media presence, your podcast presence, so your podcast can glow up. And we're going to be working on overcoming your visibility blocks as well, because this will stop you from becoming unforgettable because you won't let yourself be fully seen. And overall, we're going to be getting your people obsessed with your content, so they're obsessed with your programs and obsessed with every single thing that you're doing online. We start next week, so make sure you snag your spot. There's regular level and VIP if you want to add on one-to-one coaching calls with me. All of the info, the pricing, the payment plans is going to be linked in the show notes for you, okay? So if you can't find the link in the show notes, just send me a message over on Instagram and I can send it to you myself. This program is what made me go from having 10 to 18K months to blowing up and having 60K months in my business. It was this It Factor shift, and I am so excited to teach you how to do the same in your business. But now let's get into this quickie Manifestation Monday episode. Do we like that vibe? Do we want like a Manifestation Monday episode? So this is what I was thinking about while doing my makeup this morning. What do you value more? What do you value most in life? I have a lot of conversations with clients about their priorities, and I think that it's an important conversation. But on top of priorities, what values are being reflected to you in your life? We grossly underestimate looking at our values on a regular basis, and I want to focus on 2 right now: comfort and growth. What do you value more? Do you value being comfortable or do you value growing? And if you're listening to this, the answer is most likely growth. Like you want to grow. You are the type of person who is always ready for their next quantum leap, always wants to take it up another notch, is always want to maximize every part of her day, her life to be next level, a next level outfit, next level restaurants, experiences, travel, next level friendships, friendship outings, all that. So you might say it's growth, but is that actually being reflected to you in your life? I've been having a lot of conversations recently, personally, like with my coach, about how this season I'm in, there is so much discomfort. Oh my gosh. And when I'm on the other side of this, like I will have endless amounts of stories to tell you about this level of discomfort I am in right now, because that is synonymous with growth and discomfort, or comfort and stagnancy. You get to pick one or the other, and that whatever you pick is fine, but you also need to own it that that's what you're picking. Because a lot of people say they want growth, but their life is actually reflecting comfort and stagnancy. Maybe your results in your business have been the same over and over and over again. Things aren't growing, things aren't changing. Maybe you've stuck to the same workout routine over and over and over again, and you're at kind of a plateau. Maybe you and your man have been doing the same things over and over and over again, and you don't feel that same spark, and your relationship isn't as fun and exciting. Doesn't mean that you're not in love, it just means that things have gotten a little normalized. If your life is reflecting growth to you, this is typically what it looks like. A little bit of chaos, a little bit. You guys know, like I talk a lot about the up level cycle, and there is a point in the up level cycle where it feels like that meme of SpongeBob who's like running around with 50 SpongeBobs in his brain and everything's on fire. There's like this little chaos period where you are in such a leap that you are learning how to now maintain, organize, and navigate what this new level looks like. And so it looks a little chaotic because you're leaping into a new level of growth, a space you've never been before, with new things happening, new people, new conversations, new feelings that you have to learn and you have to grow through. Growth looks like doing things so different. It's like when you decide to commit to waking up at 5 a.m. and you wake up and you're like, opening your eyes like a little mole rat and you're like, oh my God, I cannot see. Like it's so early. Why did I do this to myself? But after that 5:30 workout, you feel incredible. So it's like there is a lot of discomfort that happens in growth, but then your body is banging because those 5:30 Pilates workouts. Your house looks incredible because you're spending time doing a little night shift, cleaning every single night when you rather be watching another episode of Netflix, right? Your clients that you're bringing in are total FES clients. You're having so much fun coaching them, even though you felt uncomfortable talking to a new type of person in your launch. Like there is so much benefit that happens, and that's why there is growth. There is a lot of discomfort that you chose to navigate through, and it's actually being reflected to you by your results. So whatever your results are reflecting to you right now, that's going to tell you what you value more, comfort or growth. So you might think, okay, yeah, I value growth, but I'm really looking comfortable right now. I want you to think about, if I were to look at your calendar right now, your Google Calendar, for my calendar girls, not everybody is, or maybe a written planner. If I were to look at your calendar, would that reflect comfort or growth? Like, are you scheduling in things that are out of your character, that are different, that are out of your comfort zone? And maybe if you're more introverted, are you putting more friend dates on the calendar, coffee dates? If you are getting back out there and dating, are you opening up Saturday nights to go on dates, right? If I were to look at your calendar, are you reflecting growth in your business? Are you adding an extra live video? Are you planning an extra launch? Are you doing something different? Are you opening up more hours to take more client calls? Is there comfort or is there growth in your calendar? This will look like having different things in the calendar. If I were to look at the action steps you took last week, if we were to sit down and I said, tell me all the action steps you took, would that reflect your comfort, the same old, or your growth, things that are uncomfortable, things that are different? Let me give you an example. I think I talked about this last week's podcast, but I did a call at 11 a.m. on a Friday. I never do that. I also did a live video at like 6 p.m. on a Friday night. I never do that. Those are things that are different. Those are things that are a little bit outside of my comfort zone. When I scheduled the call for 11 a.m., I literally thought to myself, I don't know if anybody is going to show up live because it's like, I don't know if people are going to be working. I don't know if it's going to be an inconvenient time for people on the Pacific Coast. I know it's like lunch break on the East Coast. Like, I don't know, but I still had people show up live. Same thing when I decided, okay, I'm going to go live on Instagram on a Friday night. I didn't do an Instagram story. I didn't tell anybody I was going live. I just went live and started talking. And I was like, I don't know if anybody's going to show up. But people did. People showed up. That is reflecting growth and discomfort. Did your action steps show the same old, or discomfort and growth? And if we were to take a look at your habits over the last week, over the weekend, would they reflect comfort or growth? These are the 3 areas that I like to look at when I'm reevaluating this. Like, especially if you are somebody who's like, yes, I always value growth mindset, growing my life, but things have gotten comfortable. These are the 3 things I look at: calendar, action steps, habits, because they will immediately tell you, like, what were your habits over this weekend? Ooh, scary. Just kidding. Like where your habits like, ooh, okay, I'm going to go on an extra long walk. Ooh, okay, I'm going to plug in an extra hour of work. Or maybe your habits where you completely shutting off work because that would be your norm. You're like, you know what? I'm putting my phone on do not disturb. I'm not touching a single email. I'm not doing anything. I am having a girls' weekend. I'm being present. I'm having fun. Like that would be something that's different. And your values, they need to support your manifestations. They need to reflect where you are going. But so often we pick growth only in the most comfortable way possible. For example, let's say that you love to invest in yourself, but you've bought courses, you've gotten coaching before, and maybe you're kind of used to the stretch of spending like $2,000 or $3,000 on yourself. And so when you do that, you're like, okay, I'm gonna jump into this $2,000 program. And to you, you're like, great, I'm gonna grow into this. But it's not uncomfortable. So it's like a stretch, but it's not something that's going to quantum leap you forward as if you were like, okay, you know what? I am used to spending the 2-3K. It's a lot of money, but I'm choosing discomfort for massive growth. I'm going to go with the VIP option. That's $5,000. I'm going to go with the option that is a 10K VIP weekend. Like I'm going to do something that's so crazy and so uncomfortable. So I have to blow up because my identity is completely different. Your identity will be different. So then your manifestations are different. Your values, your action steps, who you're being, it needs to align with your manifestations. So for this Monday Manifestation Quickie episode, I want you to ask yourself a couple questions. What values are being reflected to me in life right now? Like if I were to take a look at my life very honestly, almost as if it was from an outside perspective, if you were like watching your own life as a movie, like what would you say the values are that are being reflected? Would you say that it's more comfort or more growth that is being valued at this stage? All from a place of non-judgment so you can recalibrate and choose something different. And then I would look at, what does my calendar look like? Does that reflect comfort or growth? What did my action steps look like last week? Did they reflect comfort or growth? What about my habits over the weekend? Did they reflect comfort or growth? And check in with yourself. And at the end, ask yourself, do these values, do these action steps, do these stretches or discomfort moves or out of character action steps, like, are these supporting my manifestations and where I want to go and the kind of person that I want to be? Because the more you can align that, the faster it's going to click, because the faster you are going to change. This could be a whole other rant that I go on. The reason why doing things that are uncomfortable get you closer to your result faster is because you become a different version of yourself faster. But when we're chasing growth in a comfortable way, in something that's like stretchy, but not like holy F, like I'm putting myself out there and putting it all on the line, like growth that is a stretch, it's not going to change that much of who you are. This reminds me of the concept in 10X is easier than 2X, a book that I love. Because if you're going for a 2X goal, you get to keep 80% of your life the same. 20% has to change because you're just doubling the goal. But if you are 10Xing the goal, 80% of your life has to change. Only 20% can stay the same. This is exactly what I am talking about in this example, just based off of your values and what you're doing in your actual life. What is that showing that you value? So take some time to look at that this week. Ask yourself, what do you need to do differently to make sure you're reflecting growth and actual discomfort? It's going to feel so icky. Like it's going to feel so sticky, not icky in a bad way, but like, oh, I'm uncomfortable. This is so different. Like, I'm having to hold on to these feelings that are just like, but like you can do it. And this is why mentorship is so cool and so important, why I love my job, getting to coach my clients and teach modules about this and really hold you in these mindset moments, because they can feel heavy and your brain will play tricks on you. It'll feel so easy to go back to comfort. But if you stick with the discomfort, you will grow to a point where that's not uncomfortable anymore because you became a bigger version of yourself. That's what I want for you. Okay? Go crush it this week. Join me inside of the It Factor program so you can have the art and strategy of becoming unforgettable online, because your It Factor is what's going to determine your income. All right. So if you want to blow it up for the rest of the year and start 2026 with some big money moves, then It Factor is going to be your home. All right. I'll talk to you on Wednesday. I hope you loved this episode, and I will see you soon. Bye. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to leave a 5-star rate and review. I love hearing your takeaways and wins from the podcast in the review section, so don't forget. Love you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye.